Okay, I'm really sorry about that. It looks like my recording for the first 2 rounds got messed up. So we are coming in to Abusement Park versus KmoC in the first round, or rather the last round of the round robin of the Imperial League tournament. Both teams are undefeated. No team has dropped a map yet. So we are definitely going to see some good fights. Abusement has been really dominant in the early parts of this round. We're on Barnett, a very cavalry-friendly map, and they have managed to win 3 rounds in a row quite easily. They've only lost 1 person in 3 rounds. They've been running 4 cavalry with General Mike as a gunner backup against KmoC's melee-centric build. It looks like they're switching it up now and all taking guns. Or 3 guns, nub puppies, traditional shield, spear, and 1 Gallocav, or 1 Galloglass melee person in the form of Sunken Rag. So we'll see how this goes, if they can pull a comeback off. This is a very cavalry-friendly map. I'm pretty surprised that KmoC isn't trying to run at least 1 cavalry. Spiral specifically is one of the better cavalry in North America, so if I were them, I would probably be running him as like a lance to at least take out 1 of their cav. But we will see how this works out for them. Abusement Park sticking with their cavalry strategy. I don't think we've changed builds at all this round, and no real reason it's working out pretty well for them. Interesting that they're all but 1 running lances. I haven't seen that too often. Really 2-handed weapons marker for Cal. But yeah, as you can see, KmoC just getting cleaned up. No real contest here. And they go down in a matter of seconds after engaging. And it takes Abusement Park to 4-0 for the map. See what they can do to come back. Looks like they are choosing to run Spiral as cavalry. Interesting that he's using the 2-handed spear. The main reason, at least as far as Baron has told me, to run a 2-handed spear is when they don't actually have cav on the other team. You run that because it outranges basically everything. It also counters Gallocav pretty well because Gallocav doesn't have a very good range. But Lance, as far as Baron is concerned, counters 2-handed spear cav because Lance does outrange the spear. So it looks like Spiral is essentially taking paper against scissors in this rock, paper, scissors game. I don't know, maybe he just doesn't have another build ready and he wants to take cav. Or maybe he's just most comfortable with the 2-handed spear. Nut Puppy's saying here, taking a place to fight. Spiral gets knocked off his cav right away by General Mike. Or, look, I couldn't really tell. Something like take the lance out of the face, and he's gained. Jesus is in trouble. Gets healed by Bug. I think Cobra Commander might have done some damage to General Mike there, his teammate. Well, KmoC making a fight of it this round. General Mike does go down. But the card also goes down. So it's 4 versus 3 in favor of KmoC here. Both horsemen losing their steed. Nub Puppies, this is what you gotta do. Blocking while your teammate heals you. Correct way to play. And it looks like they're probably gonna take out Rook here. Yes, they do. Spiral goes down to Kate, who's fighting 2 versus 1 against him and McJesus. Does take out McJesus, so now it's her against Phoenix and Puppies at the same time. See what she can do, preventing Phoenix from getting that resurrect off. Definitely a good move. And that bash is going to seal the fate of Kate in round 5, giving KmoC a point on the board. That's kind of a big deal. They've proven that their strategy can work against this, and maybe just shaking off some of those early game jitters. We'll see if we have a comeback in store. Spiral going out early to scout. We see, I don't think Spiral sees this, but I do. There's 4 cav. I'm not sure you can see it from his default angle. And they're all coming left. Probably he does see it. With Spiral and Kate, or excuse me, Spiral and Phoenix, the only members left. Spiral loses his horse and goes down. And it's all on Phoenix here. Alright, we are in the second map, or I guess the second half of the first map. Abusement Park leads 5-1, meaning they only need to win 2 rounds here to win the map. KmoC running that same build. Less guns this time, only 1 gun. That's really odd. I thought the guns were helping them a lot, but it's their prerogative, of course. Making their way to the graveyard. This is either the B or the D point on Conquest. Can't quite remember. They're trying to hide behind the church. This is a pretty common spot. We have an engagement here. Looks like they're running 5 cav instead of 4. Yingvar was substituted in for General Mike. It's kind of rough. KmoC doing a good job of it, but I don't know about this place with the engagement. Nut Puppies agrees with me. He's calling for them to make their way to the wall. Phoenix takes a big hit. Spiral goes down from the horse. He's still alive. For now. Kate taking some damage from Nut Puppies. Well, Phoenix Dawn dies. Kate also dies. So it's 4 versus 4. Spiral, that's a nice move. Sees the opening, charges in, and gets a hit off the car before he knows what's happening. On the other side of the fight. And KmoC cleaning up here. They only lose 1 person during that fight. They go 1-0. They need to win 4 maps without losing 2. Or 4 rounds, I should say. It's a tall order, but definitely not impossible. And we go into the second round of this team round. I think I mentioned this before, my recording messed up. If not, I guess I'll mention it again. I want to point out how KmoC, during the ghost mode, before the round starts, they all are running as fast as they can. They're getting their momentum up so that when they spawn, they're already at full speed, which lets them get to places just a little bit faster. And that is a big deal, because you can get behind cover as opposed to being right behind cover, or like right before you get to cover it. Like that's the difference between getting killed by a crossbow and not. Spiral goes down from his horse immediately. Kate does big damage to him almost right away. He's very separated from his team, trying to get back there, but he's in some trouble. On this side of the fence, we have KmoC up against two people. This is interesting. Spiral's split up and alone, but they're choosing to use a lot of resources, taking him down when he's tucked away in the corner. Nupuppy does get lanced in the face and goes down. Got a 2v3 over here, 2v2 on the other side of the fight. Phoenix goes down. Sunken Rags is alone against three people. If I were him, I would turn and run. Spiral is bleeding. He goes down. McJesus is bleeding. He goes down. Sunken Rags is their last hope for this round, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Pretty clean victory. Interesting fight though. Like I was saying, Spiral got very split up, and he was just tucked away in a corner with a shield. No real way to be effective. But Abusement Park chose to use 3 people to take him out. Well, like it was 4v2 on the other side of the fight. It worked out for them, but it's a questionable decision in my opinion. Choose to engage where they did last time, but I think they're a little bit more organized about it. Rook takes some big damage. Nice. Spiral takes out Kate and steals her horse. That's pretty cute. Spiral is pretty effective with his Gallic Cab, so he basically just got nothing on Gallic Cab with birth. But does go down right away, unfortunately, after taking Kate out. So it's 4 versus 3. Sorry, 4 versus 4. 3 Cav, 1 infantry on Abusement Park's side. Rook is alone, but he sets up Jesus to get lance in the back of the head. The card misses the shot, though, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess, depending on your perspective. Rook goes down. Sunken goes down. Yingbar goes down. It's 3 versus 2. Picard takes a shot to the face. That was probably around 40 damage. Let's say KmoC with a distinct advantage here. Trying to get the Resurrect up, not pulling it off, but I don't think they'll need it. They're going to be able to heal McJesus here, no problem. And it's 3 versus 1. Phoenix Gun takes down Cobra's horse right away. And he's 3 versus 1, all alone. And he goes down. This is map point for Abusement Park. They did win 5-1 last round, so if they win one more, they take themselves out of tiebreaker range. Running the same 3 Gallo axes with shield, behind a gun, and Nupuppy Spartan build. This seems to be the build that they've been using in all tournaments, and it's worked well for them, obviously. They haven't lost to anybody yet, but I just question its efficacy against 5 Cav. I mean, you really need to get positioning for it to be effective at all, and they sort of managed to do that in the second half of the map. Kind of nice little corner they like to fight in. Spiral goes down immediately with a lance to the head. Nub Puppies take some big damage, or moderate damage. Can't really say for sure. Jesus goes down. This looks like it's going to be a pretty clean win. Nub Puppies goes down. This is looking kind of ugly. Sunken Rag is bleeding. He goes down, and it's Phoenix against 5 people, all by his lonesome. Don't expect him to be able to pull this off, but he does not. Abusement takes the map. Alright, we are in the second map. KmoC choosing Lancaster on Wakefield. A pretty wise decision. I think it was in response to York's Abusement Park running cavalry all last map. Wakefield was a much less cav-friendly map. And this response makes sense. Now, Lancaster does sort of have the advantage here in that the entrance to the point is actually on their side of the map, which means that you can sort of just get up in that tower and camp it if you so choose. KmoC looks like they contemplated doing that, changed their minds. It also is a pretty exposed position. You could get expoed down pretty quickly by a skilled sniper. That might be the rationale here, I don't know. But it looks like they're choosing to circle around, I guess? It's pretty slow getting up that ladder, so it's sort of hard to pull any fast ones on them. You're almost definitely going to get scattered on the side of the map before the other team is taken by surprise. No idea where Abusement is right now, though. Maybe on the other side of the battlements. Now, if I'm Abusement here, I probably would just go take the point. They don't have any crossbow threat, I think. Yep. KmoC is just running 5 melee. Looks like 5 Gallo Axes and Nub Puppy's Spartan build. Gallo Axe is pretty balanced, guys. Yeah. Actually, well, we're waiting on some downtime. I totally disagree with the people who say Gallo Axe is overpowered. I think every other weapon sucks, and that's not the Gallo Axe's fault. It's the fault of the other weapons. I think other stuff should be brought back in line with its power and its damage. Because this game is pretty boring when you're doing 15 damage a swipe. I remember the Knights Hospitaller days. Had duel tournaments that would literally last an hour and a half to one match because of those. Anyway, match is still pretty slow. Impetus is going to be on Abusement to make a move here pretty quick. Timer runs out in about 10 seconds. No idea where they are. Oh, they were hiding in the barn. That's interesting. I don't think they've been there all map. See, this is one of KmoC's flaws. Wow, I can't talk. One of their flaws. Because they don't have any range, really, so they have no way to deal with a team just hiding. And then this is a slightly advantageous position for KmoC because they have the high ground. But if they had a crossbow or a Jason in there, they'd be able to kill these people as they come up, and it wouldn't even be a fight. As is, Abusement rushes the top pretty effectively, takes out Jesus and Popo, no problem. Haven't lost a guy yet. Okay, I think the fact the card goes down. Looks like Kate managed to fall off. She comes back to Rico in the front. And it's sunken in a spiral. 4 versus 2. Let's see if they can pull off a miracle. Popo whips the shot. Yingbar takes out Spiral. And Abusement Park takes an early lead in this round. round starts. Looks like KmoC doesn't want to put up with any of that nonsense from last round. They got to rush the position. Spiral, wow, getting decapped immediately. That's rough. Sunken is bleeding. Not looking too good for KmoC. Pobodio's bleeding, but does manage to take out Yingvar. Need to get taken out by Picard a moment later. McJesus is down. Nub Puppies against 4 people. Tries to come in here to take this choke point, but it doesn't really have the wall necessary. You kind of have to do that with 2 people. And Abusement looking pretty dominant in this series. I think KmoC was probably the favorite to win going into this. Abusement, they're definitely a good team. Some very good individual players, but they haven't been playing as a team longer than the duration of this tournament, while KmoC has. I'm personally surprised to see KmoC struggling as hard as they are. I guess it makes sense. They have almost what I would describe as an inflexibility. They tend to run the same builds with the same people. So maybe if they pick up some depth, got a couple of people that could use a crossbow well or a bow well, they'd be able to handle these sort of wonky situations. Popodio goes down right away. Jesus down. Spirals down. I don't know about rushing this choke. It's not working out for them too well. Puppies goes down, and Sunken goes down. They do manage to take down Rook and Yingvar, but it was not enough, and they go down 0-3 for the map. Abusement, if they win, well, if they need to win the side of the map, obviously. But they're very close to just closing it out on 2 maps. Pretty difficult, unless KmoC wins like 5 times in a row here. They're going to have a pretty steep uphill battle on the next map. Or on the team side switch, I should say. Kind of rough. Not sure what they're planning. Looks like they're just going to rush in there again, being a little bit more cautious. Popodio took a bow. He's a pretty good archer. Spiral also took a bow. He's also a pretty good archer. See, this is intelligent. Now they have the choke point, right? Because they're playing offense. You can't just camp in there as a Abusement party. You do need to break out at some point. With McJesus and Sunken and Nub Puppies up there with shield, it's going to be kind of hard to do that without taking a couple arrows to the face and not being able to return any damage. Yingvar is trying to get like a quick decap, but nobody's stupid enough to go for far enough to let that happen. He's on fire. Maybe he's bleeding. He's going to be able to get back there and heal. Hard runs up, does a little love tap, and backs out. And here they come. The card goes down. Popo alone versus Kate. Alright, 3 people down. They do lose Spiral and McJesus, so now it's 3 versus 2. Yep. Sunken is 1 versus 1 against Kodive. Does look like he's going to lose that fight. That's unfortunate, but Popo and Nub Puppies break in, and Sunken is going to get a heal. So KmoC picking up a round here. Pretty well done by them. It might be too little too late, but I think that their strategy in taking a couple of bows to block off the entrance and then sort of just camping and firing in there, that was intelligent. If I was Abusement, I definitely would not take that same building again. I think that strategy is sort of inherently flawed because of things like that. There's no real way to counter that unless you take your own bows and then you're just fish in the barrel for the other team. Now the traditional play here is to rush that castle, as both York and Lancaster really. No puppy's stuck up here. You can actually change where you spawn by spamming on there, but I'm not sure if he's aware of that. So he's going to be stuck at the high ground. That's pretty unfortunate. It puts him behind quite a bit, actually. Let's see. I don't think Abusement is going to do this again. Looks like KmoC is expecting them to, and they are wrong to do so. No idea where Abusement is. Looks like Spiral knows, though. They're in mid, camping the top, a more traditional strategy. This is vulnerable to things like ranged and crossbows. Did Spiral... Oh, I thought I got a kill for a second. That would have been incredible. KmoC just trying to get position on here, trying to decide how they want to do this. They are eventually going to have to storm that. I guess they're hoping for Popo or Spiral to get a kill first. Pretty correct thing to do. Spiral has a very nice spot here. Now, when you storm the castle like this, it's also important to have range to back you up. These two archers basically have free reign, and that's not something you ever want to let happen. Popping buffs for his team. What's Popo doing? Oh, he's back here with an archer. Sunken is taking some damage. He's down. Brook is down. Picard manages to sneak up behind, only to get smacked down by Popo's arrow. Pretty good play by him. That was clutch. Picard would likely have gotten a couple kills there. And KmoC easily taking this. Only losing one guy. And we have something of a comeback on our hand. Alright, we're at 2-3 on the first side of map Wakefield. KmoC still in Lancaster, of course. Let's see what we try to do here. I think they've got a couple people stuck up there. Yeah, it's not that hard to change where you spawn, interestingly. I think they just don't know about it. War of the Roses spawn system is notoriously clusterfuck. Probably nothing right about it, to be honest. And we have another example of that here. Really don't want to touch on that. This game is the worst spawning system in any game I've ever played, ever. It's unfortunate. I think sort of a basic move like that wouldn't be too difficult to pull off. KmoC sort of just eking in here, wondering if they're going to face any opposition. They do not. This barn is empty. Kind of skeptical about them just chilling out here. If Abusement chose to run a crossbow, they'd be in some trouble. What's Popo shooting at? Is there somebody in there? I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Oh, I guess they were in there. That's my mistake. I apologize. That's interesting. They just can't back up there. Looks like when Jesus crashes. That's unfortunate. Something dies. So there's a bug in this game where if you get shot while you're shield bashing, your game crashes. I think that might be what just happened with Jesus. That's really unfortunate. KmoC might still be able to pull this off. They are 3 versus 2. Popo's leading. No, I take it back. They are 3 versus 3. Popo going down to a big hit from Rook. Spiral managing to take out both Cobra and Rook. No Puppy's getting here to heal. And I think it's 2 versus 1. I'm pretty sure that's the only guy left for Abusement Park. If I had to guess, I would say the Archer's probably... Yeah, the Archer's definitely Kate. I don't have to guess because I have a scoreboard showing me who got killed. Pretty bad. If I don't know what they're doing here. They should just go to the point. Trying to play more aggressive here. Kate gonna get a free hit on Sunken Rags. And now she can just back off, right? And now she's one against Sunken Rags. Who does beat her. And KmoC takes it. 3-3. Oh my Jesus. That was really risky. Yngvar could have gotten a shot off on there pretty easily, and now Popo was caught alone with 5 people, but he managed to make it back to the choke point behind his team. Probably going to bandage. Now he pulls up his bow. Take on damage. This is a pretty intense, quick fight. Looks like Abusement did rush their spawn zone. See how it works out. Popo going down. Nub Puppies going down. Jesus. Just very nearly got decapped. Yngvar manages to miss that shot though. Picard and Rook are both down as well. It's 3 versus 3 here. If I'm Sunken. He had a good shot off on Kate. Manages to miss that as well, but does manage to get a shot off on her a little bit later. And she goes down for the kill. Yngvar and Cobra are down, and it is KmoC's map to lose, 4 versus 3. Having a lot more success pulling these bows out. Looks like they're running 2 here. I'm guessing Spiral and Popo still. Spiral is one of the better archers in the game. He's actually kind of the Swiss Army knife. Rose's player can play cav, infantry, and archer pretty well. Popo is a pretty good archer, also decent melee. I don't think any of the other people on their team have any kind of range experience though, and none of them can CAD either. So we're off. KmoC choosing to rush 4 men right, while Spiral takes the point right above the final point. Pretty decent sniping spot. Nub Puppies goes in, tries to get a kill to interrupt that bandage, but fails to do so. And they've got a lance behind them in the form of Rook. Takes out Nub Puppies. That's brutal. See Spiral's point of view. He's got a lot of archers, but he's got Kate coming up right behind him. Caesar just in time, but still does get shot. Probably for about 40 damage. Popo is bleeding. Jesus is bleeding. Popo gets healed by buffs, only to bleed again. Healed by buffs again. And Sunken Rags is caught up here, 3 versus 1. This is a tough situation. Managed to charge his way out of there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Spiral is going to go down any second here. He's dead. And we have Sunken Rags against 5 people. Gets slaughtered. So we're tied 4-4. This is all right for both teams. Neither of them is going to have too much of an uphill climb on the next map, no matter who wins here. Obviously, it's preferable to win. But we're not going to have a blowout like last map, where KmoC started to get a little bit of a comeback going, only to lose 2 maps on the round change and not really be able to utilize that momentum. Alright, this is the most typical scenario for Wakefield, and I'm surprised we haven't seen it until now. Both teams choosing to just rush the point, trying to take it quickly. Looks like Popo got a kill for himself. Nut Puppy's in some trouble here. Popo is down, so it's 4-4. Sunkenrax is caught very much out of position. He goes down immediately. Well, not immediately, he's out a little bit, but Jesus. Can't do it. Gets a good shot off on Rook. Kate is in the back, though. This is kind of nice by Abusement Park. They've got somebody flanking, so there's no real way for KmoC to focus. Nut Puppy turns around to hold her up. Spiral manages to get a couple of kills, and we are at 3-2 in favor of KmoC. Looks like they take it. Well done. They win the map. KmoC playing York this time. I think most people would agree that York has a slight disadvantage here because they start on the low ground and they have a less easy rush distance to the middle point, and a lot of people just like to take that middle point. They also, I'm going to hold off on slash killing just to show you guys this. If you look at how the middle section is constructed, they have to turn around that corner. By which point, Abusement Park would be able to already be in the hull. Looks like that is what happened. Nut Puppy takes a quick damage. Looks like we got a flank going for Abusement. Who is that? And where's it coming from? Kate. Huh. She's taking longer to get in here than she probably needed to. Managed to get some damage down, but no kills yet. Maybe she'll be able to get something. I think he's bleeding. No, he's not. Spiral was bleeding, managed to get shields and buffs. Nut Puppy goes down. Spiral takes out Rook and Kate. Popo down here with a clean shot on Cobra. And he's in some trouble with 2 dots in him. And it's Yingvar versus 4. Nut Puppy's going down a little bit earlier.
I beg you,
Popo gets a clean shot off. Well done. They take an early lead. Nut Puppies get shot early, pops up. Kind of a clusterfuck in here. Sunkenrax manages sort of was sandwiched between 4 Abusement Park members. They could have turned around and killed him, but I guess it didn't coordinate to do that. And no one going down yet. Damage was taken though. Sunken, I think, is in trouble. Only alive because of buffs. Rook gets killed by Picard. Picard also kills Spiral before going down to Sunkenrax. It's an unfortunate team kill. Wonder how Rook is responding in chat. Interesting to see. McJesus caught here in the corner. This is rough. Cobra manages to get a revive up on Picard. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. Now it's 2 versus 3. Excuse me, 2 versus... I don't know. A lot more than 2. 2 versus 5. That's rough. Popo's bleeding. Nut Puppies is down, and Abusement Park manages to tie the series up, or the side up, I guess. Both teams need 5 to win, because last round was 5 versus 4. Now, if KmoC wins 4 maps and loses to Abusement Park's 5, that's when we'd have a tiebreaker situation. We have a split push here. Is that intentional? It might not be. Purple doubles back, but oh, I think they're trying to flank off here. This is intelligent, but it's going to be difficult. They need to hold off here 3 versus 5 a little bit. See how Nut Puppy's going to get a big hit on Cobra. I don't know how well this is working out. Something around Stein or roll down. Jesus is down to Spiral. Team kill. It's too bad. Yingbar goes down to Spiral. Looking to revive up on Rook. Is that interrupted? It is not. Popo tries but fails to interrupt that revive. And we have a 3 versus 2 situation. Yup. Nut Puppies goes down, and Popo is bleeding on his lonesome, and he goes down. Again, this is the last round of the round robin tournament. We're playing proceeding into a single elimination tournament, which will determine the winner. Who will get great helms for everybody on their team, so that's pretty exciting. Definitely plan to run one of these tournaments again soon, so if you're interested but your team didn't manage to sign up, check on the Paradox forums for some information coming soon. KmoC choosing to circle around. Looks like Abusement are going to take the point pretty easily. Well, uncontested, so of course it's easy. Popo gets in position to do some archery, but I think he's out of position now. That looks alright, he has a few good shots. This is looking really rough for KmoC to start off with. Spiral takes a great deal of damage. He was bleeding, only alive because of buff. And he goes down. Jesus goes down. Nut Puppies taking a lot of damage. Will's friend Sunken Rags goes down. Kate up here against Popo. Does some big damage to him, probably 60 or 70. He's bleeding. Alive due to buffs, and he goes down. And we got Nut Puppies versus 5. Unlikely. And he is not able to for his team. Abusement leads 3-1. So the scoring system is not that complicated. You play from that point. You get to a point where the other team can't tie you on a map after playing both sides. It's over and you win the map. I guess we had some confusion on that from the Abusement part. We declared victory a bit prematurely. Nut Puppies and Yingbar both getting taken out. And we're 4 versus 4. Spiral fighting 1 versus 1 against Rook. Pulls out his dagger. Gun. That was a poor decision. And he gets punished for it. Good shot. The card going down to a team kill. 4 versus 3 in favor of KmoC. Rook goes down. Spiral. Jesus goes down. 1 versus 1 to Kate, who now has to face both Spiral and Sunken Rag. Sunken Rag's a little bit out of position. Looks like he's going to try and go for a revive. Kate spots him in the act, tries to stop him, succeeds, but goes down to Spiral. This is a quick fight. I didn't actually know this was possible. Both teams running into each other right quick here. Did Kate just kill herself? I think Kate just killed herself. No, I'm wrong. She didn't die. She's gonna be able to flank here pretty nicely, actually, but Popo does manage to see her. That's a big deal, otherwise he probably would have gotten insta-kills. And we've got some splitting by KmoC. Sunken Rag's a little bit on his own. Kate does go down. Sunken Rags takes a couple of shots, maybe just one. Yeah, just one. Does die. Stein goes down. Picard goes down. And we are 4 versus 1. Popo gets some friendly fire on his teammate McJesus. Not going to be too impactful, and they do manage to take a round. Fight here. KmoC running the right route. I think KmoC's got an advantage here because of their archers, but oh, this is a really nice move by Kate getting up here. Can't really hit her as KmoC, and she's got free time coming in from the right. And a pretty cowardly match here. Nobody taking big damage yet. Maybe Rook feels he needs to heal. Popo get a good shot off. And no one's dead yet. Sunken Rags. Bit of a risky play here. He's caught out alone. Uses his shield. Falls back. No puppies die. I think they might have let him into that. He thought he was covered, but he was not. And wow, KmoC getting killed pretty much in unison. Kate deciding she needs to go Rook before taking Popo out. Abusement leads. KmoC playing for their tournament life here. They need to win one more round to guarantee a tiebreaker. Otherwise they are eliminated from this match and will lose their seeding in the single elimination tournament. Abusement playing to win right here. taking a quick aggressive route middle. Let's see how this works out. Abusement does not meet the middle. That means KmoC is going to have the freedom to take the middle point if they so choose. They do not. Abusement falling back to their spawn. We're going to have a pretty clean fight here. Popo caught out badly, but does manage to get a shield out and turn around in time. He's 1 versus 1 against Kate. The card goes down. Nub Puppies gets a big shot off on Kate. Sunrise bleeding. Might go down any minute. He does. 4 versus 4 here. Spiral gets a kill. Excuse me. He does not. Puppy got Puppy juices down as well. We're 3 versus 3. 3 versus 2. Spiral and Nub Puppies playing for their team's tournament life. Nub Puppies falls back to heal. Kate trying to get a heal off. She's not going to be able to do that. A revive off, I should say. Spiral goes down. Nub Puppies 2 versus 1 against Kate. And Cobra Commander fails to win. And that's it, folks. Abusement Park, undefeated throughout the whole tournament, have not dropped a single map. I think we've dropped a couple of map sides. They will go in to be seeded as the #1 team in the single elimination tournament. That should be happening quite soon. Figure out a day. I wanted to do it in one day, so we'll see. But that's all we got for you today, folks. Thanks for watching. Keep fighting, and keep chopping heads off in War of the Roses.